Yo, what's up, YouTube fans? So now that I'm home from work, wanted to pump out some content for you guys. Um, I think a lot of people are gonna like this video because we're in a pandemic. A lot of us are at home, bored out of their minds. Some of us hustlers, we out here still hustling with whatever we're doing. But I've been getting, I don't know about you guys, but I've been getting a lot of messages on LinkedIn from people trying to start their own business. But that business is Amway. Okay, so this video is going to be a review on Amway. And I'm not knocking no one's hustle. No, I've had actually my jump partner. My background is track and field, for those of you who don't know, and football in college. But my boy, we did track and field together. He hit me up on it, but luckily I was already in it, So I wanted to give you guys just a little bit of review on the Amway. Just want to give you, just before you guys get into it, just kind of let you know what it's about, right? For me, I was not about it. Why? Because I know you got to pay for certain things, right, in life. Some things you pay for, you get a lot of knowledge from it, and that's what I got out of it. But my thing was more of, I guess with Amway, it depends on who you start with, right? Any business that you do, you're only as good as your colleague, right? Or if you aren't as motivated to get in it, or if you're motivated to get in it and there's certain things going on that you don't like, then you're not going to be motivated. Like someone like me, I'm competitive. If it makes sense to me, I'm about it. If it don't make sense, I'm skeptical, right? And that's kind of how Amway is. Like the products that they want you to buy and replace in your home, like I started using them, like the detergent, garbage. I did like the meal prep, or the protein shakes that replaces your meals. I did like them. They did replace a meal. The energy drinks that they got, I think it's called XS something. They kind of made, like, they were, I don't know, they kind of make my stomach a little queasy or whatnot. So, but I will say the idea behind it, having your own business just by starting off with, I think you have to pay $100, and then with fees and all this other stuff, it's about 178 bucks. So just know that if you want to start making money as an IBO, they call it, and you have to pay $178, and they call it a launch, right? So the initial way that they're gonna get to you in Amway, they're gonna reach out to you through some type of social media, or if it's a best friend of yours, they're gonna tell you about, hey, they're starting this great business, right? And I don't know about if this is like an Indian thing or anything, but the person, or the meetings that I've gone to, I saw a lot of Indians. And that was just something for me. Like I didn't understand what they were saying through a lot of the Skype calls or the Zoom calls we're doing due to the pandemic. Normally they have meetings that are like pretty much every day because they're trying to recruit new people. But their main meetings are Tuesday nights and Friday nights. And those meetings normally start from around 8, and you're probably there until about 10 to about 12. So these are meetings that you're supposed to be at, depending on where you live. So if, say for me, I'm in Philadelphia, our meeting was in Jersey. I'm supposed to be driving there after work. So, and this is a business, so you could write stuff off, like things like that. One thing I didn't ask my mentor about was when you get paid, which I think they pay you every 15th. If it's direct deposit, you got to go in there and change your direct deposit. Or one thing I noticed, when I went in there, I had to, I think it automatically sets you on a payment card, which you don't want because you got to wait for the card to come and all this other stuff. So if you are going to join, just be all in. And just make sure you trust the person that has you coming in. And I think it's better for you and a friend of yours to bring you in, or a family that you really trust that's comfortable with you. Because if it's a random person, like, it's just weird, it's just weird you reaching out to it. Um, and for me, another thing is I'm doing the debt snowball. So I feel like this was interfering with me cutting down on my debts. I'm just adding on to more things. Um, because how they have the payment set up is, I think your first payment would be about $95 if you hit, I think, 300 BV equals 100 PV for you. So PV is points, BV is like, I think it's like how much dollars you spent. So $300 equals out to 100 PV, which 100 PV equals about 95 bucks in your pockets. So the only way that you're gonna make money with this is if you buy a lot of products, or maybe some people that I thought about, you probably have your company credit card, you have a lot of things that you buy for your company every month, like products and stuff. Change them. Instead of buying disinfectants with Acme or Wegmans, buy it on Amway, right? That was a smart idea I was thinking about. Or, for example, I don't know, certain products. So say, for example, you're a fitness trainer, right? And you gotta look good, and you know people who want to look good. You have them buy those products, right? Or if you work at a beauty supply store or some type of Ulta or something, instead of buying the Kim Kardashian stuff, you have people come to your house and see those products. Some of them are cool products. I know a lot of them are organic or whatnot. But my thing was, I couldn't do the meetings. Like when you first start, they want you to be in these meetings. For us, there were Skype calls due to the pandemic, or Zoom calls from 8 to 10:30, and it's like Monday through Friday. I can't do that. Like, I'm bored already, because they want you to get it in your head, like what things what makes sense and what not. And then they follow up with you, and like one thing I hate is I hate to be micromanaged. Um, and one thing you'll see is when someone's trying to get you into Amway, they're never gonna come up to you and be like, "Hey, I'm doing Amway. Would you like to join? I'll tell you a little bit about it." Never will, never. What they're selling you is they're selling you the mentorship throughout it. And that's how I started reading The Go-Giver. Great, it was a great book to get you railed in, for me. But afterwards, I was just like, all right, man, like, let's get to the point here. You know what I mean? I'm the type of person, let's get to the point. Let's hustle. Let's do what we got to do. I'm willing. I would have paid for the $178. And another thing, if you got a girlfriend, wife, and they not on board, don't go in. Why? Because it takes up a lot of your time. So if your significant other isn't about that life with you in it, or if it's just not the right timing, don't do it. Because you're only gonna hurt your relationship. You're on phone calls from 8 to about 10:30. They don't care, some of them, because their husbands, wives are on it with them making hella money. You're gonna be on calls from like 8 p.m. to about 12 a.m. sometimes. Like, and I got work, so my wife is like, get off the call. So that's one thing. So if your husband, wife, brother, sister, whoever you living with that you close to, or your significant other ain't with it, don't even get in it, because it's just not worth it. It's not worth the argument. It's not worth driving to New Jersey and your wife at home, and then, you know what I mean, stuff like that. So that was one thing I wanted to throw out there. So overall, like, my experience with Amway was just more of, I couldn't do it because like it just took up too much of my time right now, and I don't want to be putting in that much time to do stuff when I want to do other things. Like, I already work 9 to 5, 8 to whatever, 8 hours a day. I don't want to come home to be hearing the same calls over and over. If we got set plans, then I'm cool with that, right? But and then on the weekends, even worse. On the weekends is on some, hey, Sunday we got a workshop. So you telling me after the pandemic, when Zoom is not around, you want me to go drive to someone's house and look at a presentation? No. And when I'm not making money? No. You know, so I think before you get into Amway, just Just know the simple things. People are gonna reach out to you and say they got their own business. Talk to them at the door. Hey, what's the business about? 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be like, let's meet up. That's how mine was. Let's meet up. I would like to talk to you a little bit more about it. And then they give you a book, like the Go Giver to read. Hey, let's read this. If you can read this, then we'll meet up and we'll talk a little bit more, because they testing you. At the end of the day, why are you testing me? I understand a lot of people are all about like, are not really about this stuff. I get it, but just be upfront. That's what I preferred. And then I don't know. It's not for me right now. You know what I mean? But it's not something that's bad. You know, I feel like if I was a CEO and I had my own company, or screw a CEO. If I was single, you know what I mean, and then like I had all the time to waste in the world, I would get into it, because why not? I ain't got nothing else to do, right? Or if I am in the cities, these cities and single, like New York, Chicago, LA, get into it. Like, you see so many people anyway. You go to happy hour single. A lot of people try to make money. You know what I mean? A lot of these people working for big Fortune 500 companies. Get into it. But just know that you're not going to make your money off of buying the products. You're making your money off of how much people you recruit as well. Because the guy here can't get to his bonuses if he don't got at least 6 people underneath him. You know what I mean? The idea of Amway is to recruit more people underneath you so you work less. That's the idea of it. So everything is residual and you're working off your minions. Granted, one of your minions can make more money than you if they're hustling and putting more underneath them. So just not about that life. Not right now in my life. But you guys let me know. Please like, comment, subscribe. I want to know if anybody's been hit up, especially during this pandemic time. It's a perfect time. Everybody's at home, right? And 26 million plus have been fired from their jobs in some way, or terminated temporarily from their jobs. So a lot of people are seeking, right? A lot of people got their stimulus check and they seeking. So it's a perfect time to get into Amway. And a lot of them are recruiting heavy on LinkedIn. I've never gotten anything on Facebook. But LinkedIn, if you got LinkedIn, I know you've been hit up at least twice. Please comment, like, subscribe again. And let me know, like, I want to hear people's reviews, like if they've gotten hit up or if I'm just the only one, right? I'm in the Philadelphia area, so anybody in Philadelphia that's been hit up, please let me know. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night.